Hi, it's Deb from Deb's Digital Tips again, and I just wanted to start a quick walkthrough for some of the changes that happen in Memory Manager 4.0, the upgrade. For any of you who have used previous versions of Memory Manager, there's really nothing scary about the upgrade. Software works the same as it did before. There might be a few things that look a little unfamiliar or went somewhere else on the screen, but you should be able to just access your vault and do what you normally did before and still get just fine. So, as I mentioned in the last post, there's these new tabs this time, kind of like what's in Storybook Creator 4. You've got a Welcome tab, you've got the My Media Library tab, which does the same thing as go to the Media Library icon up there, but it's easier on the tab. And if you've got any albums created on your bookshelf, they used to be located up here in the top left corner, but now you can just click on that tab and go take a look at what's on your bookshelf. So most of the time, I think most of us spend our time in the Media Library, so that's where I'm going to be at today. And all I'm going to talk about right now is this home ribbon, because there's quite a lot of stuff on here, and I know some of that looks a little different than it did before. I'm going to skip this view part just because I'm going to come back to that on another post just to get a little bit more into it. But there's all of this grouping right here is different ways that you can find pictures in your vault, because of course if you noticed when I was on my welcome screen here, I've got 25,000 pictures in this vault. So there's a lot of things in there, and if I need to find something, it's a great idea to use this spot. I can actually now, this is one of the new features, I can find things by faces. So if I have something previously tagged, or I've already enabled facial recognition for it, I can look that up from this little icon, and so I can go and look up pictures of me, and I'm really scared to even do this, but these are all pictures that would be tagged with me as in addition to pictures that have my face, because obviously the facial recognition didn't recognize that, and these are really off pictures, so I'm going somewhere else. I can also, let's go back to the home screen. I can also pick things by ratings, things that I've rated with 1 star, 2 stars, or more, and reduce what I'm looking at there. So I can look for just pictures that are 4 stars or more, and that reduces me down to 364 pictures, because I reserve those higher ratings for the ones I really like. So I can also search now in my vault by what type of media it is. So if I've brought in audio files, I can search for those. I don't actually have any of those myself, but I do have some videos, so I can show only the video files and find a video that I might have taken with my camera in the past and go through and look for those. In addition, if you're somebody who prints your pictures a lot, this print track feature is really a cool thing. It doesn't really work for me necessarily, because a lot of my pictures are printed through storybooks, and so it doesn't recognize that I've printed them. But if you send pictures to be printed, this is something that's cool, because you can track what you've printed, what needs to be printed, and things that you don't want to print, and kind of organize them that way. This magnifying glass right here will search within your vault for different words that you might have in there. So like if I type in cabin, if I could type, I can tell it I just want pictures that have the word cabin in the name or in the tell the story area, or both, and I can kind of designate how I want to do that. I'm going to do tell the story because it should be pretty small for me. Yep, there's only 90 items that have it actually in the tell the story part for me, so which is right here. And then you can also search by dates, which I most often will search by date, just because I work chronologically and I'm looking for things that happened at specific times. So if I click on that, I can actually say, okay, I want the pictures from, let's see, I'm working on May of 2012, so I can click right there and click OK, and it will just give me my pictures from that month. And then I could get more specific about it and say things that are 3 stars or higher. I like this little box over here. And I only got 99 pictures, and I can go down from there. So I'm going to go back to the home tab here. I always refresh by going back to the home tab, because otherwise you get really narrowed down and all of a sudden you can't find anything. I'm going to come back and talk about the fix portion of this ribbon another time as well, because that is a totally different feature also. But this is something, the Get Media portion should be something that's very familiar from previous versions of Memory Manager. You can get things from your camera, it needs to be connected, your scanner, different files that are already on your computer. And if you've got pictures on your computer and you're not exactly sure where they're at, you can use this magnifying glass here to search for pictures that are in folders outside your memory vault on your computer, and tell it, okay, you don't want anything smaller than about this because it wouldn't print well, and it's probably something that has to do with a program or a web page or something. But you could have it browse wherever you want it to, as much as your entire hard drive, and start your search, and it'll return what's there. And of course there's other. You can actually also go get media from Flickr, Facebook, and Pickup Now. They'll actually take you straight there. So I probably shouldn't have hit that because now I've got to wait for it for a minute, but you get the idea, so I'm going to cancel that. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the recognize faces in another one as well, because I want to keep these posts short. But for today, that's what I'm going to hit on. This is what you see when you first get into your media library, because Home tab is generally the one that's showing. And I will have future blog posts on these other tabs, which are awesome too. But until then, I hope you have fun with your software and enjoy.